morning, sir.
Good morning. Thank you.
Sir, good morning.
Teacher, good morning.
Good
Hello.
morning.
Good morning. ബാക്കിയുള്ള കുട്ടികൾക്കൊന്നും ഗുഡ് മോർണിംഗ് ആയിട്ടില്ലെന്ന് തോന്നുന്നു അല്ലേ? താങ്ക് യു ടോണി ഫോർ സ്വിച്ച് ഓൺ യുവർ വീഡിയോ. വൈകാനന്ദ് താങ്ക് യു. കല്യാണി മഹേഷ് താങ്ക് യു. സൗവർണിക, വേദ. ലാസ്റ്റ് ക്ലാസ്സിൽ ഡിസ്കസ് ചെയ്ത ക്വസ്റ്റ്യൻ കയ്യിലുണ്ടോ? അറ്റ്ലീസ്റ്റ് ഗിവ് എ തമ്പ്. എസ് ഓർ നോ പ്ലീസ്. ഒരു എസ് ഓർ നോ എങ്കിലും പറഞ്ഞു. നിങ്ങൾ ബാക്കിയൊന്നും പറഞ്ഞില്ലെങ്കിൽ അല്ലെങ്കിൽ ബോറടിച്ചു പോകും. അതുകൊണ്ട് സൗവർണിക താങ്ക് യു. The last discussed question, I think it is question number 10 from vertical circular motion. I already discussed the theory part of vertical circular motion. Hope you are thorough with vertical circular motion. So today we can start with the problem number 11 with Vaiga Anand. Vaiga Anand, read the problem number 11.
A bullet of mass m moving horizontally with a velocity v strikes a block of wood mass m and get embedded with the block. The block is suspended from the ceiling by a mass string. The height to which block rises is.
Height to which block rises. A bullet of mass m moving horizontally with a velocity v strikes a block of wood of mass m and gets embedded. Gets embedded in the block is an example of dash collision. This is what kind of collision? After collision, the bodies may stick together and move with a common velocity is called dash collision.
Perfectly elastic.
Perfectly elastic. Perfectly elastic or perfectly inelastic or?
Inelastic.
Perfectly inelastic. So this is the case of perfectly or completely inelastic collision. Completely inelastic collision. That is, after collision, the bodies may stick together and move with a common velocity. That is called perfectly inelastic collision. എല്ലാവരും ചെയ്തോളൂ. All of you, please complete the mathematical part and give me the answer. ഒന്നും കൂടെ സ്പീഡ് ആക്കോ എല്ലാവരും പ്ലീസ്. വിശാഖ ആനന്ദ്, ആൻസർ കിട്ടിയോ? Do you got the answer?
No.
So make it fast. This is what happened in this problem. See, a bullet of mass small m moving with a velocity v collide with a body of mass m at rest. After collision, the body is raised to height h. See, the bullet is embedded in the block. Bullet is here. Bullet is embedded in the block. This is the situation. From momentum conservation, mv plus 0 is equal to, why mv plus 0? The second body initially at rest. After collision, the velocity of the combined mass is, say, v dash. Say v dash. So that is equal to m into v dash plus capital M into v dash. So in all kind of collision, momentum should be conserved. എല്ലാ ടൈപ്പ് കൊളീഷനിലും ആര് കൺസർവ് ചെയ്യണം? ആരാ കൺസർവ് ചെയ്യണ്ടേ? Momentum. So total momentum before collision must be equal to total momentum after collision. V dash is the velocity immediately after the bullet embedded in the block. V dash. So mv is equal to m plus m into v dash. So v dash is equal to mv divided by m plus m. This is the velocity of the combined system immediately after collision. Using this velocity or using this kinetic energy, the system rises to a height h. Then after we can apply law of conservation of mechanical energy. According to law of conservation of mechanical energy, half into m plus m is the combined mass into v dash square. V dash is the velocity immediately after collision. That is equal to m plus m into gh. M plus m into gh. Because when the body reaches here, the entire kinetic energy converted into potential energy. Okay, no? Okay?
Okay, sir.
This m plus m cancels. You want to find the height. So h is equal to v dash square divided by 2g, or h is equal to v dash you can replace by mv divided by m plus m. So mv divided by m plus m the all square into 1 by 2g. So that is equal to m square v square divided by 2g into m plus m the all square will be the final answer. M square v square divided by 2g into m plus m the all square. This is the height in which the entire system, that is block plus bullet, rises from the ground level, horizontal level. Vishaka,
Yes, sir.
clear ayo?
Yes.
You are from which branch?
Marthandam.
Marthandam. Okay. In integrated schooling, +1.
Yes, sir. Can you repeat?
Are you studying in repeaters batch or +1
No, sir.
integrated batch?
NEET. Grade 11 NEET.
Grade 11 NEET batch. Okay. It's clear for you this question, the concept and the mathematical part?
Yes, sir.
Yes. When body collide with another body, they are embedded together and move with a common speed. That type of collision is called dash.
Inelastic collision.
Not inelastic. It is completely inelastic collision. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Then in all kind of collision, which quantity remains conserved? Momentum. Here kinetic energy is not at all conserved. After collision, major part of kinetic energy converted to some other forms of energy like heat energy or light energy or some kind of other energies. Okay.
Yes, sir.
എല്ലാവർക്കും ക്ലിയർ ആയോ? ഒരു എസ് ഓർനോ എന്നെ ഒരുപാട് മോട്ടിവേറ്റ് ചെയ്യും. പ്ലീസ് എന്തെങ്കിലും ഒന്ന് റിപ്ലൈ ചെയ്താടാ, നല്ല കുഞ്ഞുങ്ങളല്ലേ. പ്ലീസ് ക്ലിയർ ആയോ നിങ്ങൾക്ക്?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So I already told you the detailed solution is given at the bottom of this questions. So you can go through that solution part. The next one. Kalyani Mahesh.
Yes, sir. An adult weighing 600 Newton raises the center of gravity of his body by 0.25 meter while taking each step of 1 meter length in jogging. If he jogs for 6 kilometers, the energy utilized by him in jogging is?
An adult weighing 600 Newton raises the center of gravity of the body by 0.25 meter while taking each step of 1 meter length in jogging. If he goes for 6 kilometers, energy utilized by him in jogging is? So all of you finish it fast. Come on. An adult weighing 600 Newton raises the center of gravity of his body by 0.25 meter while taking each step of 1 meter length in jogging. If he jogs for 6 kilometers, energy utilized in jogging is? we need to consider the increase in vertical height. No need to bother about the total number of steps. Total number of steps is important to find the total height attained by the body. The energy is equal to, you can equate like this. Energy is equal to, work done is equal to, change in potential energy is equal to mgh. Mg of the body directly given 600 Newton. H total height is, see, each step, while taking each step, the body, center of gravity of the body raised by 0.25 meter. Total 6 kilometer is there. 6 kilometer means 6,000 meter is there. In each step is 1 meter length. So how many steps are there while traveling 6 kilometer? How many steps are there when body covers 6,000 meter?
6,000 steps.
6,000 itself. So 6,000 into 0.25. എല്ലാവരും ഒന്ന് ഫിനിഷ് ചെയ്തേ പ്രോബ്ലം നമ്പർ 12. mg directly given. mg is 6,000 Newton. Height is 0.5. Length of each step is 1 meter. So number of steps in 6 kilometer is 6,000 by 1. That is equal to 6,000 steps. So work done will be stored in the form of potential energy, that is equal to mgh. mg directly given, mg is directly given, mg is 600. Total height is equal to 6,000 steps are there, each of height 0.25. So 6,000 into 0.25. This part, are you okay with this part? Second part means the height.
Yes, sir.
Madhura?
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. So while he lifting his body to a height, that energy for doing that will be stored in the form of potential energy and is equal to n into mgh. N is the number of steps. So your answer is 9 into 10 raised to 5 joule. 9 into 10 raised to 5 joule. Clear ayo?
Yes, sir.
So we discussed problem number 12. The next one, problem number 13. Darshia?
Yes, sir. A car of mass 1000 kg moving with a speed 118 km per hour on a smooth road and colliding with a horizontally mounted spring of spring constant 6.25 into 10 to the power 3 Newton per meter. The maximum compression of the spring is?
Oh, it's a direct question. A car moving with 1,000 kilograms, so the kinetic energy of the body we can calculate. It collided with a horizontally mounted spring. So while colliding with the spring, the entire kinetic energy of the car converted into elastic potential energy of the spring. So how we can equate? Half mv square of car converted into half kx square of, come on, Darshia, you're muted. You unmute the first.
Yes, sir.
You got the concept?
No, sir.
A car is moving with a speed of 118 on a smooth road. So that car possesses kinetic energy. Okay?
Yes, sir.
This car collide with a spring which is horizontally mounted. Okay?
Yes, sir.
So what happened is the spring compressed and finally comes to rest. Stop. So we can equate like this. The kinetic energy of the car converted into elastic potential energy of the spring.
Yes, sir.
Okay?
Yes, sir.
Kinetic energy of the block or body is converted to potential energy of the spring.
Spring.
So what is the equation to find kinetic energy?
Half mv square.
Half mv square. Then I think you already studied that equation. The energy stored by the spring. What is the equation to find energy stored by the spring?
Half kx square.
Half kx square, where k is the
Spring constant.
Spring constant. X is the
Distance.
Distance means the length in which the spring compressed.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So half cancels. You need to find the compression. So you need x square. X square or x. X square is equal to mv square divided by k, or x is equal to root of mv square by k. Okay. M is directly given 1000. V 118 kilometer per hour. So you need to convert into meter per second. How we can convert kilometer per hour into meter per second?
Multiplying by 18 by 5.
No, 5 by 18.
Okay, sir.
Multiplying by 5 by 18, we can convert kilometer per hour into meter per second. And K of the spring is directly given 6.25 into 10 raised to 3. 6.25 into 10 raised to 3. Okay. Okay.
Yes, sir.
ആർക്കെങ്കിലും ആൻസർ കിട്ടിയോ? Those who got answer, please unmute. Please unmute. Or you can raise your hand. ദർശിയക്ക് ആൻസർ കിട്ടിയോ? ദർശിയ?
No, sir, I'm doing.
Please make it fast. So while car moving with some speed, the car possesses kinetic energy. When it collide with a spring, the entire kinetic energy of the car converted into potential energy of the spring. That is the concept. Okay. Okay, Anoda. On solving, you will get 2 meter. Okay. See, they equated. Half mv square is with half kx square. So that xm is equal to root of m by k into v. That is the solution part. I think all of you have got the answer 2 meter. It's a very simple question. The next one, Roma.
Yes, sir.
Roma is the batch.
Chalakudi.
Chalakudi batch. Problem number 15.
A man weighing 60 kilograms.
Not 15, 14.
A block of mass 2 kg is dropped from a height of 40 cm from a spring whose force constant is 1960 Newton per meter. The maximum distance through which the spring is compressed by.
A block of mass 2 kilogram dropped from a height. So when the body is at a height, the energy possessed by the body is called
Potential energy.
Potential energy. While falling, that potential energy converted into
Kinetic energy.
then it fall on a spring. After what happens? The spring compressed for a additional distance x. Okay. The block is now here. This block here. So what is the total distance traveled by the block? What is the total distance traveled by the block? Already 40 centimeter is there. Then additionally the spring compressed for a distance x. So what is the total distance traveled by the block? Come on.
40 plus x.
Very good. 40 plus x. Initially a 40 centimeter is there. Additionally spring compressed for a distance x centimeter. So you can equate like, so you can take like 40 centimeter plus x. 40 plus x. At that time we can say like this. The entire potential energy converted to kinetic energy and the kinetic energy converted into
Restoring force.
yes, potential energy of the spring, because the spring exerts a restoring force. So kinetic energy is equal to half kx square. You can replace this kinetic energy with the change in potential energy. Change in potential energy is equal to half kx square. This change in potential energy is equal to, come on, mg into 40 plus x. 40 plus x. See, all the choices given are in centimeter. So you keep the unit in centimeter itself. No need to convert into meter. Okay. Okay, now.
Okay, sir.
So problem number 14. See the solution part. With me a spring. It's the upper end. This is the lower end. A block released from a height 40 centimeter. When the block fall on the spring compressed for a distance x. So the total loss in potential energy is mg into h plus x equal to half kx square. M directly given 2 kilogram. So 2 into gravity, you can take it as 10 plus, sorry, not plus, into h plus x. h plus x is equal to half into 1960. So it is better to keep this gravity 9.8, not 10. Because you can cancel 19.6 with 9.8 into x square. Okay. So 4 into, you take 2 to the left hand side. This 9.8 and 1960 will cancel. 19.6, 9.8, 2. So it is 200. So 4 into h plus x is equal to this 202 cancels 100x square. So x square is equal to this h is 0.4. On solving, you will get 10 centimeter. Okay. Okay now. Darshia, okay now.
Yes, sir.
Then Advait Manohar. Advait, thank you for keeping your video on. Thank you. Advait, you are from which branch or which batch?
Chalakkudi.
Chalakkudi. Again Chalakkudi. This is for the first time you are attending the class?
No.
No. So you read problem number 15.
A man weighing 60 kg climbs up a staircase carrying a load of 20 kg on his head. The staircase has 20 steps, each of height 0.2 meter. If he takes 10 seconds to climb, find the power.
Yes. It's again a direct question. Power. What is the equation to find the power? Energy divided by time. See, he climbs up a staircase. So h is the height in which the man raises the load. Okay? Okay, no?
Sir.
So power is equal M directly given. A man weighing 60 kilogram climbs up a stair carrying a load 20 kilogram on his head. Find his power. A load of 20 kilogram on his head. 20 steps are there. Each of height 0.2 meter. If he takes 10 seconds to climb, find the power. It's the question. So while climbing, the potential energy will increases. So the work done is equal to the man and the load together raising from the ground level. So the total mass is equal to 60 plus 20. In this 60 is the mass of the man, 20 is the mass of the load on his head. Okay, Advait?
Yes, sir.
Then h is equal to each step is 0.2 meter. Total number of step is 20. So 20 into 0.2, 4 meter. ഈ 20 എങ്ങനെ വന്നതെന്ന് മനസ്സിലായോ അദ്വൈതിന്? 20 steps alone.
Yes.
So power is equal to work by time. So that is equal to mgh divided by time. M is equal to 80 into g value 10 into h is equal to 4 divided by time is equal to 10 seconds. On solving, you will get 3136 by 10. So that is equal to 313.6 watt. SI unit of power is watt. So after finding the answer, you should put the unit 2. Okay, Advait?
Yes, sir.
Sribhadra,
Yes, sir.
clear alle? നന്നായിട്ട് പഠിക്കണില്ലേ? കുഴപ്പമൊന്നുണ്ടോ?
ഇല്ല.
സ്കൂളിലെ പ്രോഗ്രാമിലൊക്കെ പങ്കെടുക്കുന്നുണ്ടോ?
ഇല്ല.
Next one is an NCERT based question. Direct question from NCERT book. You read question number 16. Come on.
സർ ഞാനാണോ വായിക്കേണ്ടത്? Okay, sir. An elevator can carry a maximum load of 1,800 kilogram. Is moving up with the velocities v1 meter per second and v.
With a constant speed too.
Okay, sir. The frictional force opposing the motion is 4,000 Newton. What is minimum power delivered by the motor to the elevator?
What is the minimum power delivered by the motor to the elevator? See, the elevator and the load. Elevator and the load. Total weight is, total mass is 1,800 kilogram. Moving up with a, come on.
Constant speed.
Constant speed. So what do you mean by constant speed here? To pull the elevator and the bodies inside the elevator, tension or F will be required. F is the upward force to pull the entire system. But you know, weight and frictional force is acting downward. Okay.
Okay, sir.
But it is given that the speed of the system is constant. How it is possible? നിങ്ങൾ റിപ്ലൈ താടാ. നല്ല കുഞ്ഞുങ്ങളിൽ പ്ലീസ് ക്വിക്ക് റിപ്ലൈ. ഐ എക്സ്പെക്ട് ക്വിക്ക് റിപ്ലൈ ഫ്രം യു. Come on. See, the upward force is F plus frictional force is small f plus weight of the entire system is mg. When we add all these three, we will get 0. Because in the problem, it is directly given that the entire system is moving with a constant speed. Constant speed means net force acting on the system is 0. Clear aya point?
Yes, sir.
So when you apply sign, see, F is upward direction, so plus F minus frictional minus mg equal to 0. Is it clear?
Yes.
എന്തുകൊണ്ടാണ് സ്മോൾ എഫും എം ജിയും നെഗറ്റീവ് ആക്കിയത്? Why we put negative sign in front of frictional force and weight?
Opposite direction.
Yes, they are in the opposite direction. So it's clear F is equal to that frictional force plus mg. So the upward force at least equal to the frictional force and weight. Then only the system will move upward. System will move upward. ഈ ഒരു പോയിന്റ് എല്ലാവർക്കും ക്ലിയർ ആയോ? The upward force is equal to weight plus frictional force. Why we said like this? Because the system is moving with the uniform velocity. For moving with the uniform velocity, the upward force and downward force must be equal. Okay.
Okay.
then what is the minimum power? Power. So power is equal to F dot V. So power is equal to Fv into cos 0, because we need to find the power delivered by the motor. Motor is exerting force in the upward direction, and also the system is moving upward. So the angle between force and speed is 0. That's why, they are in the same direction. That's why we put cos 0. So that is equal to Fv. This F can be replaced with a small f plus mg into speed. This capital F replaced by capital F is the upward force replaced by small f plus mg, because as the entire system moving with the uniform velocity, the upward force and downward force must be equal. Okay, no?
Okay, sir.
Yes, sir.
കോൺസെപ്റ്റ് മനസ്സിലാക്കണേ. ഈ എലവേറ്ററും അതിനകത്തുള്ള ബോഡിയും യൂണിഫോം വെലോസിറ്റിയിൽ മൂവ് ചെയ്യണമെങ്കിൽ the downward force must be equal to upward force. We need the upward force in this problem, but it is not directly given, so that we replace that upward force with a downward force, because both are equal in magnitude, opposite in direction. Okay, no? So
Yes,
the
sir.
frictional force is directly given 4,000 plus mg. Total weight is 1800 into 10, because 1800 is the mass. So to convert into weight, you multiply with the 10. Speed is 2. So 4,000 plus 18,000 all into 2. So 18 plus 4, 22,000. 22,000 into 2. So your answer will be 44,000 watt. So 44,000 watt means 44
Kilowatt.
Into 10 raised to
kilowatt.
3
Kilowatt. Bhadra, Nidish, it's clear for you?
Yes, sir.
Why we equate that force in the cable to lift the lift cable is equal to F plus mg? Because it is directly given the entire system moving with a
Constant speed of 2 meters per second.
yes, constant speed. That's why. Okay. So 44 kilowatt. Then we can move to problem number 17. Sian.
Yes, sir.
ഏത് ബാച്ചിലാ സിയാൻ?
ഞാൻ
ആലുവ ബ്രാഞ്ച്. ഒന്ന് വായിക്കാമോ ക്വസ്റ്റ്യൻ?
A particle of mass 1 gram moving with a velocity r v1 va minus 2
ടോപ്പിൽ കാണുന്ന ഇറ്റ്സ് എ സിംബൽ ഓഫ് വെക്ടർ സിംബൽ. ഇറ്റ്സ് എ വെക്ടർ സിംബൽ.
experience a perfectly elastic collision with another particle of mass 2g and a vector velocity.
A particle of mass 1 gram moving with a velocity v equal to 3i cap minus 2j cap experience a perfectly elastic collision with another particle of mass 2 gram with a velocity v2 is equal to 4j cap minus 6k cap the velocity of the particle is. You want to find the velocity of the particle is. Perfectly elastic collision with another particle of mass 2 kg. Then velocity of the particle is. I think you need to find the velocity of the first particle. Come on. No doubt, during collision, which quantity remains constant? Or which quantity remain conserved?
Momentum.
Momentum must be conserved. The answer is given as 4.6. So, there is a mistake in this problem. എന്തായിരിക്കും mistake? The velocity of the particle. See, they equated like this. M1 V1 plus M2 V2 is equal to M1 plus M2 into V. It will happen only when the collision is, come on.
Perfectly inelastic.
Perfectly inelastic. So, then only we can do the problem. If it is perfectly elastic, data is insufficient. So, you correct this question by the collision is perfectly inelastic. Not perfectly elastic, perfectly inelastic. So M1 V1, V1 is directly given, plus M2 V2 is equal to M1 plus M2 into V. You want to find this V. Okay. Okay, no? Then you find the velocity in vector form. Then finally you convert that. You are asking the magnitude of velocity, that is speed only. So you took the magnitude. Okay. The next question, it is actually not directly involved in your syllabus. So actually an out of syllabus question. But in an NCERT exemplar it is given. So I think it is better to solve the problem. Do you know coefficient of restitution?
No, sir.
No, sir.
It's a very important parameter in collision, coefficient of restitution. Do you need theory for this question, question number 18? Can I discuss what is coefficient of restitution?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
So, all of you, please write it down in your notebook or maybe. Coefficient of restitution is a parameter to identify the nature of collision, whether it is elastic or inelastic or perfectly inelastic. For that purpose, we are using this coefficient of restitution. So remember, coefficient of restitution is a measure of nature of collision. Nature of collision. Okay? Okay? So let's consider a smooth surface. Smooth surface. No friction. A body of mass m1 moving with a speed u1 collide with a body of mass m2 moving with a speed u2. So for collision to take place, no doubt u1 must be greater than u2. Then only the body on the back side will collide with the body on the front. Okay. Okay.
Yes,
In
sir.
one dimension, this u1 minus u2 is called difference in velocity before collision, or it is also called velocity of approach. Velocity of approach. Velocity of approach. So what is velocity of approach? Velocity of approach is the difference in velocity before collision. Okay. Okay. After collision, m1 is moving with a speed v1 and m2 is moving with a speed v2. Say v2 greater than v1 because m2 is moving in front of m1 because the speed of, let us assume, the speed of m2 is greater than m1. So this v2 minus v1 is called difference in velocity after collision. Difference in velocity after collision, or velocity of separation. Velocity of separation. So before collision, u1 greater than u2 and u1 minus u2 is called velocity of approach. And after collision, v2 greater than v1, so v2 minus v1 is called velocity of separation. Then what is coefficient of restitution? Coefficient of restitution means velocity of separation. Velocity of separation by velocity of approach. Velocity of separation by velocity of approach. That is equal to v2 minus v1 by u1 minus u2. This is called coefficient of restitution. Okay.
Okay,
So
sir.
what is coefficient of restitution? Coefficient of restitution is the difference in velocity after collision by difference in velocity before collision. Okay. Kalyani Mahesh, clear ayo Kalyani?
Yes, sir.
What do you mean by this coefficient of restitution?
Velocity of separation by velocity of approach.
Approach. Kalyani is the bachelor.
Alua.
The class will പഠിപ്പിച്ചു കഴിഞ്ഞോ?
Neela, sir.
ഓർമ്മയില്ല. What do you mean by velocity of separation?
Difference in velocity after collision.
Yes. What is u1 minus u2?
Difference in velocity before collision.
Then how we can classify collision? We can classify collision on the basis of coefficient of restitution. See, in elastic collision, we can take the first case as elastic collision. In elastic collision, this U1 minus U2 must be equal to V2 minus V1. We can prove it. In elastic collision, velocity of approach and velocity of separation must be equal. So what about the value of E? E equal to this one equal to this one. So what about the value of E?
1.
1. So E equal to 1 for elastic collision. E equal to 1 for elastic collision. E equal to 1 means the difference in velocity before collision and difference in velocity after collision are equal. Okay. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Yes, sir.
Then second one, perfectly inelastic collision. Perfectly inelastic collision. Inelastic collision. In between inelastic collision is there. After elastic collision, I am going to discuss perfectly inelastic collision. In perfectly inelastic collision, after collision, V2 and V1 are equal. The bodies may stick together and moving with a common velocity. So V2 and V1 are equal. So V2 minus V1 equals 0. So E equal to, come on, E equal to?
0.
So E equal to 1 is elastic collision. E equal to 0 is perfectly inelastic collision. So can you guess, in case of elastic collision, what is the value of E?
Between 0 and 1.
Yeah, in between 0 and 1. Very good. So E equal to so all of you please by heart. E is equal to 1. Elastic. E equal to 0. Perfectly inelastic. E less than 1, greater than 0 for elastic. So we can classify the collision on the basis of coefficient of restitution. Okay.
അവസാനത്തെ inelastic ആണ്.
Sorry. Very good. Inelastic. E equal to 1 for elastic. E is equal to 0 for perfectly inelastic. E greater than 0 and less than 1 for inelastic. So my question, I'm asking you one question. In general, what is the value of E? Is it 0 or 1 or between 0 and 1? Come on.
Between 0 and 1.
Yes, between 0 and 1. In most of the cases, more than 99.99% cases, the value of E lies between 0 and 1, because most of the collisions in the universe are inelastic. Not elastic, not completely inelastic. Majority are inelastic. So practically the value of E lies between 0 and 1. Greater than 0, less than 1. E equal to 1 is an ideal case. E equal to 0 is also an ideal case. Maybe never happens. Okay.
So
That question number 18 is little bit a tough question. Using this equation, using this concept, we can solve problem number 18. So we will discuss this question in the next class. So you go through the remaining questions. See, the detailed solution is given in the end. So it is very easy to find the answers of each questions. Okay. Then once more I am repeating, if anyone need daily practice problems or additional test preparation questions, or if anyone need theory part of some other institutions, I will send to you. Okay. So have a great day. Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Oh, thank you.